might. I'm sorry, I just don't connect. Okay. Moving on. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faith, and this is a Faith Walks channel where the pathways of faith are limitless. So today I'm going to be doing my recap of WWE's PayBack 2020. A week after SummerSlam, we have PayBack, and we're going to see if some people got their sweet revenge. Also, I'm going to be recreating my version of Shayna Baszler's eye look. So, if you want to see how I achieve this look, then make sure you keep on watching. You know you want to. Hi. So, as I said in the intro, today I am going to be doing my review of PayBack 2020. A week after SummerSlam, it's time for some payback. Okay, so one thing that I learned from my last video is I took notes because I want to be more concise and not be all over the place. So thank y'all for your patience with me. But like, I really wanted to do another video beating my face and talking about what went on in WWE's last pay-per-view, okay? So I'm very excited to do this video for y'all, and we're going to get straight into it. Today's look is inspired by, if you a fan, Shayna Baszler, okay? And I'm going to explain why as we do this moving forward. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It's free. It's down there. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you will know when things are uploading, when I'm doing my thing. I'm only uploading the best for you guys, so make sure you hit that subscription button, hit that like button, and let me know down in the comments how you're doing, how you enjoyed payback, and all that jazz, okay? Now, like I said, I'm doing a Shayna Baszler inspired look. I did one eye off camera already, and we're just going to keep going. So, y'all know Shayna Baszler, she does that black smoked out look, and then most of the time, you know, she really don't have eyebrows on. And that's a fact. She don't do the eyebrow thing. Okay, so but today we're gonna just keep it moving. Like, I gotta have some eyebrows because like when I'm not wearing makeup, I already look like I don't have brows. So like I said, it's Shayna Baszler inspired, okay? So, all right, I got my notes. I'm so excited. Y'all let me know down in the comments if you saw payback and what your thoughts. Why I can't talk? I can't talk today. Okay, y'all let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are about payback, and yeah. So I'm trying to get this as black as I can because it's literally, her black is like smoked out to her face and everything. So this is going to be fun. After I saw Shayna Baszler, I was like, yeah, I got to do that. I was just inspired. Okay. So for payback, my thoughts. So you had the pre-show, and honestly, I was nervous that we were going to see Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews' match in the pre-show, just like we did for SummerSlam, which I thought was straight disrespectful, but that's just my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But instead, I didn't even know they had a match for payback, but the Riot Squad and the Iconics had a match. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to know, even though later on this match was really, really good, why they do the Iconics like they do them. Like, the Iconics are a solid women's tag team, okay? And we have them fighting the Riot Squad, which honestly, they are not on the Iconics level, wrestling-wise and ring awareness and skill and everything. You know, no offense to them, but like for real, they are not on the Iconics level. And the Iconics deserve a tag team championship. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they deserve a championship opportunity. Absolutely. Instead, we have a made up tag team out of nowhere of two wrestlers that hate each other. Honestly. So where did that come from? So instead, like I said, we had the Riot Squad and the Iconics. And it was it really was stupid. It started off stupid. Let me be real, because I was about to, sugarcoat it, but it couldn't even come out sugarcoated. This is a mess. So basically what happened in the match was the Riot Squad comes out, and they come out together. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott are dressed alike. You know what I'm saying? So that was adorable. Moving on, we have, the match. The Iconics come out. They break their music and start talking and saying, Liv, we want to show you that, Ruby doesn't really mean this. She ain't about this. She's being fake right now and blah, blah, blah. They come out, they go in for the fight. And so basically they're fighting. Like, it kind of hurts me, honestly, to see the Riot Squad fight. And I don't mean to be like haters of them. We need to see better wrestling from our female wrestlers. Our female wrestlers now are at another level. Basically what happened in the match was Billie Kay was trying to keep Liv Morgan from being able to be tagged in. So she pulled her off of the ring. Or tried to pull her off of the ring. So while she tried to pull her off the ring, Liv Morgan kicked Billie Kay. And Peyton Royce hit Liv Morgan and then walked back and put Ruby Riott in front of her to make it look like it was really Ruby Riott that had hit Liv Morgan while she was distracted by Billie Kay. I hope that makes sense, okay? So, for a little bit, like, Liv Morgan was believing the okie doke. She was like, she got down off the ring. She acted like she was about to leave the match. All this stuff. And it's like, you really gonna believe them? Like, they literally just said, we gonna try to make Ruby Riott look like she fake and she not really, for this. She don't want, to be, your partner. She just, whatever. They literally just told you what their goal was, what they were trying to do. And you're gonna sit up here and believe them? Like, come on, man. It was stupid. So, Ruby Riott was in the ring like, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I didn't, da-da-da-da-da. And it was just so dumb. But again, this is the pre-show, so get the stupidity out the way so that we can get to the real show for the regular time slot. And so then, Liv Morgan, decided, oh no, I'm going to get back in the ring, whatever. Maybe she going to press past it. She's going to take Ruby Riott's word for it. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And she did, and she got back in the ring, and she helped Ruby Riott, and the Riot Squad ended up winning. Wonderful. Then they got interviewed at the end, and they were hugging, sweaty, and at the pre-show table, and it just was not... It was not it for me. I'm sorry. It just was not it. I want my pre-show matches to get me started and ready to go, and this did not do it for me. Now, moving on to the next one. What y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. If you saw it, let me know down in the comments. If you're not, I'm letting you know it was not it. Okay? So, next match, or the first match of the real show, was the United States Championship, and it was Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews, who is the United States Champion. And they did allow the Hurt Business to accompany Bobby Lashley to the ring. So we saw MVP, and we saw Shelton Benjamin out there supporting their boy Bobby Lashley, and I was here for it. Whew. All right, so like I said, we saw MVP, we saw Shelton Benjamin at the ring, which I appreciated, because don't ban them from the ring, and then everybody else get to accompany their people. Like, hint, hint, Bailey with Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks with Bailey. They don't run nothing, even though they think they do. But we ain't there yet. Okay. So I honestly, from the beginning, okay, of this match, I'm rooting for Bobby Lashley. No offense to Apollo Crews. Okay? Or as my friend calls him, Apollo Creed. No offense to Apollo Crews. But I wanted Bobby Lashley to win. Okay? And when I tell you, I just love Bobby Lashley in the ring. I really do. He's amazing. He's strong. He's fast. He is really, really good. And I'm going to tell you also, too, Apollo Crews did a great job in the ring as well. But first of all, I was very, very sure that Apollo Crews was not going to be able to perform his finisher on Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley is a big guy. He a big dude. Like, this man is solid and all muscle. You know what I'm saying? And he barely was able to get MVP up there this last pay-per-view. So I just knew he was not going to be able to get Bobby Lashley up there. I mean, let's face it. Let's face the facts, okay? So, but the match itself was very good. During one portion of the match, Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews are outside of the ring, and you see the Hurt Business get in between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley to give Bobby Lashley time to like recover from falling out of the ring. So the Hurt Business is there. Now let me tell you something about the Hurt Business. I want to see all of the Hurt Business holding belts. That's what I want to see. I want to see MVP following through with his promise. His promise is that he's going to get his boys belts, that they are going to get what they deserve, what they've been waiting for. I really want to see a match between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Like, we want to see that happen. That's what it was supposed to be about. I want to see that happen. So, seeing Bobby Lashley out there doing his thing, it was awesome. But Apollo Crews got some good hits in. The man jumped over top of Bobby Lashley. Like, it was awesome. So, you know, Apollo Crews did impress me with his ring skills in his work. He did a great job. But in the end, Bobby Lashley put that full Nelson on him, and it was over. Bobby Lashley got that full Nelson on Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews tapped out. We knew this was going to happen. It was over. It was done. It was good. It was good. And exactly what I thought was going to happen. So it was funny because the Hurt Business gets in the ring and they tell the cameraman, to, take pictures of us and blah, 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 blah. And like, Apollo Crews is like butthurt. He is so mad. And he decides to interrupt their photo op moment and jump on Bobby Lashley. But of course, the Hurt Business, they get on top of it and get him out the way. But, Apollo Crews is mad. The part I had a problem with, and it might be a small thing, it might be just me, but I'm like, wait a minute. So after Apollo Crews jumped Bobby Lashley, he was like, I'm going to get my title back, whatever. They put on Apollo Crews' music, and I'm like, y'all can't let Bobby Lashley have his moment. Like, he got the United States Championship. Why is Apollo Crews' music on? We don't want to see his music or hear his music. We don't want to hear his outro before the next, we move on to the next match or whatever. Let Bobby Lashley have his moment. I want to hear his music. I like Bobby Lashley music better anyway. So, and I promise you, I'm not hating on Apollo Crews, but meanwhile, the dude that handles the cheers, let's talk about this. And I'm assuming I'm terrible, but whoever it is that handles the cheers for all of them, for SummerSlam, for Raw, SmackDown, all of it. I don't care which one. Whoever is handling the cheers, they need me there. They need me and my husband there. because they do not know when to cause people to boo. Like, literally, the cheerperson at SummerSlam had them booing Drew McIntyre. I'm pretty sure I talked about this. But the people are not cheering on time. Like, when the match first began, or when they actually started the beginning of Payback, they didn't even like have the people cheering in the beginning. It was like quiet. And like, of course, you know that the monitors are, you know, are off, and they're just showing, you know, like the pyro and, you know, the laser show and all that kind of stuff. But like, have the people cheering. Like, before, you know, everything went down, you know, the thing in the world, you know, we would hear coming in, whether it was a pay-per-view or Raw or SmackDown, people cheering. But the cheer guy is like quiet, and then like, I hope I ain't skinning right when I did that. But like, you know, whatever. And then like the cheers sound confused. Like, you don't know if it's booing. It sound like booing half the time, and then it sound like, you know, they cheering for the wrong. Like, I don't get it. It's really dumb, and they need work. Like, get somebody else. Like, maybe, I don't know if it's one person doing it. Maybe they need to have two. You know, but like, this is like, it's stupid. Okay, so I'm sick of the cheer person. You know, get another person up there. Do something, but this is not, it's not it. Okay, so moving on to the second match. Y'all, I'm gonna have to complain again about this one. This next match was between Big E and Sheamus. Okay, Big E and Sheamus. I know that they're trying to do this push with Big E to make him a single star, and you know, Big E is, you know, they show him being interviewed, and he's talking about how he doesn't have to be, you know, this serious, you know, edgy person, that he wants to be, you know, who he's always been, and then when it's time to be serious, you'll see me serious. And you know, they show this, you know, interview that he has, and yeah, I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, we want to take Big E serious, because first of all, Big E is a talented wrestler. Okay, he's huge, strong. He, you know, got the jump situation going on. He's very good, but we don't take him serious, because first of all, he be getting beat, you know, sometimes, or beat up by people that he just shouldn't be getting beat up by. And then on top of that, you know, it's all jokes, all games, all the time. And like, I'm not here for that. Like, it's okay to have fun. For instance, even though he needs work, like Matt Riddle, I like his, you know, the way he presents himself. I like the bro, it's good, but when it's time to be serious, he's serious. He's just more believable to me, you know, in my opinion. But like, Big E is just over the top, and I know like the kids enjoy it or whatever, but like, if you talking about pushing him for a singles run, he needs to be more serious. And I'm not saying that he needs to do a heel turn like Roman Reigns did, but he needs to like be more serious, and I need to see him like come with it in the ring, like come with it for real, you know, because this little, it's just the okie doke. I'm not here for the okie doke. It's just, I don't know. I want to see him win. I definitely want to see Big E win. So it's Big E and Sheamus. And Sheamus was wearing this hat earlier that just threw me off, and I was like, okay, Sheamus, what's about to go down? So, you know, the match was pretty good for Big E. He did, like, they did have Sheamus focused on his left knee, I want to say it was. And he was going to town on this left knee. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. It's going to be a bunch of dominating of this left knee. And, you know, it's going to be a bunch of foolery. Big E about to be whipped around this ring by Sheamus. But, you know, Big E was putting in work. He did a good job. You know, he got, you know, Sheamus up off of him. And he did, one of the things that I really liked was this spear that he did through the ropes, knocking Sheamus off the ropes. And, you know, he fell out of the ring as well. It was just entertaining. I was like, dang, is he about to hit his head? Like, it was good. It was good. That was a good move for me. So the match was decent. It was decent. It was not the most entertaining match of the night, but it was a solid match. And, you know, the winner was Big E, despite, you know, Sheamus focusing on that knee. So, which I was shocked about, because a lot of times in the WWE, when they, you know, start having somebody working on a certain aspect of their, you know, a ligament or arm or something, then you know that person about to lose, you know, or tap out due to some submission on that part that they injured. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't about to be here for that. But Big E came through and he did his thing, and he was like, see, I told you. Yeah, you told us that you was going, you know, do your thing. But at the end of the day, I still need to see you being serious about something. Okay? So he won his match. Wonderful job. Good job, Big E. You did your thing. Maybe you proving us wrong. You know, I don't know. I still want to see some more seriousness, but you know, that's just my opinion, you know. It's just me, a fan who is partially responsible for ratings here, you know. The third match was between Matt Riddle and King Corbin, okay? But she interviews Matt Riddle and, you know, is sharing with Matt Riddle the things that Corbin has said about him on Twitter. And when I tell you, King Corbin, he wins for the best tweet of the night. Let me tell you what this man said about Matt Riddle. He said that no, it wasn't Kayla that interviewed Matt Riddle. It was another lady. I don't know her. But, so the lady says, how do you feel about King Corbin saying that he's going to show how much of a failure you are in the ring and at home? I was like, oh, Lord. If any of y'all know about the drama that, you know, happened with Matt Riddle, I'm not going to go into it. I'm not a gossip person. I can't say anything for a fact. But when I tell you he went home on that one, he went all the way home. And when I tell you, Matt Riddle ain't have nothing to say. He could not say a word. You hear me? He could not say a word. He just walked away. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, man. I really feel like he was in his feelings for real, for real. But, you know, King Corbin really was dominating Matt Riddle for most of the match. And, but it was even though King Corbin was dominating for a good portion of the match, Matt Riddle really showed some, you know, great ring skills. And that's what I like about him. He is awesome in the ring. Matt Riddle is great. I liked him from NXT. So he was doing really, really well. And, you know, King Corbin did his thing where he you know, you throw him out the ring, he slides out, slides back in, and punches you in the face before you get a chance to even recognize that he's back in the ring. So that always cracks me up. So that was really good. But Matt Riddle was able to get the upper hand on King Corbin, and he wins his match. So, yeah, good for Matt Riddle. You know, good for Matt Riddle. You know, it was great. But, of course, King Corbin attacks him at the end. So we know from that there is going to be a continued beef between them. And when I say he attacked him at the end of the match, it was like backstage. He was going back there. Matt Riddle was excited. He's like, yes, I won my match, blah, blah, blah. You know, feeling like, you know, I'd improved. You know, King Corbin wrong, whatever. Honey, King Corbin came back there and beat the mess out of Matt Riddle. So that's definitely going to be a, you know, continuous story. This is another solid match for me. It was just okay. Like, it was good. And I'm going to tell you what picks up for me. It is the fifth match that took place that really, like, got me excited about PayBack, okay? Because everything was just solid matches and solid. Yeah, whatever. Just okay. So, the match between for the tag team women's championship between, Sasha Banks and Bayley and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Now, first of all, this little mix between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler came out of the blue. Okay, we were not expecting them to be a tag team. They was beating each other up in the underground. So I don't even understand where the idea came from to put them in a tag team match, but they did. Now, part of me wants to complain because I want to see Shayna Baszler with a singles championship, with the singles championship that she so rightly deserves. But, they didn't let her have it. They did whatever they did, and I think it was a mistake. It was stupid, and she should get her championship, singles championship. But at the end of the day, I was just glad to see Shayna Baszler on PayBack, and I'm glad to start seeing more of her, on television. Meanwhile, we still don't have Bianca Belair on a pay-per-view. Going back to it, just glad to see Shayna Baszler. Nia Jax, whatever. I just, I don't want to feel uncomfortable when I'm watching people wrestle. I'd be concerned that Nia Jax is hurting people when she's wrestling. But she actually did pretty good in her match. You see that Sasha Banks and Bayley come in there with the mind knowing that they are going to have to do whatever they can to really get on top of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. They're trying to play up the, arguments and stuff between, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. And they honestly did a good job in the ring, fighting against the both of them. But we knew they really got, Nia off of her feet. And that is the best way to, get on top of Nia Jax, is you have to get her off of her feet. And, from then on, dominate her from there. But because if you don't, and she's able to get a hold of you and hit you with that power, and she did, a few times, it's going to be over. So they were able to do that. And it was there was a point in the match where, Shayna Baszler was like, let's win this. She says that to Nia Jax. She's like, let's win this. We got this. And so I was like, okay. All right, y'all do that then. You know what I'm saying? Do that. And so that was really good. And so they started going to work. Okay. And let me tell you, the one thing I liked about this match is that for once it was pretty much a clean match. Okay. So, Nia Jax spent a lot of time in the ring, and they were, like I said, Bayley and Sasha was able to get her, off of her feet, and it was, they were making sure they kept Nia Jax, away from her corner, so she wasn't able to tag in Shayna Baszler too much. But it failed, and Nia was able to get to her corner and get Shayna Baszler in, and Shayna went to work. When I tell you, this woman went to straight up work, okay? I'm going to do my bottom lash line while I'm talking. She gets in the ring. Let me tell you, Bayley didn't see that when she pushed Nia up against the ropes that Shayna Baszler tagged herself in. So, it was like a sneaky little thing, which was good. So when Shayna Baszler gets in the ring, she goes ham on Sasha and on Bayley. And she was able to get Sasha and Bayley in a submission. So she had Bayley around her neck, and she had Sasha in some type of ankle lock. And it was so funny. Sasha was trying to get out of it, and she literally took Sasha's hand. She took Sasha's arm, wrapped it around Bayley's neck, and was putting Bayley to sleep, honey. Sleep. And let me tell you, both of them tapped out. Both of them. Now, before I move any further, I want y'all to know, for the record, the person that came up with no belts Banks was me. Because I said, before they even came out there, before their match even started, I said, Sasha is about to be no belts Banks. Watch. Watch and see. Watch and see. Sasha is about to be no belts Banks. And did it happen? Yes, it did. Yes, it did, everybody. Yes, the commentator said it. But I want you to know from my seat, I said it first. No belts Banks. And sure enough, both of them tapped out at the same time. And it was the most amazing. Like, that is the part that got me excited. That's when I was ready for, you know, I was like, okay, this about to be good. Because the rest of it was just good performances. But, I mean, it was solid performance. It was pretty good. But when Shayna Baszler got in there and submitted 2 people at the same time, like, that's the kind of stuff that you want to see on your pay-per-views. That's what you come with. Please explain to me why this woman does not have a singles belt opportunity right now, okay? Because when you bring in that type of heat, you should be having singles opportunities out the yin yang, okay? But, you know, I just get excited about Shayna Baszler. People like her. She's amazing. Okay, like I said, this is the type of stuff I want to see, you know, for a pay-per-view. And Shayna Baszler delivered 125,000%, okay? It was awesome. So I'm bringing this black out because she, like, is everywhere. Her black is everywhere. And like I said, she really doesn't, you know, do the brows thing. So I'm just going to bring it up and through here. Ooh, honey. Okay, I'm giving Shayna Baszler vibes. So it was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. At the end, like, okay. First of all, Nia Jax, not first of all, I'm like last of all. Nia Jax came out in a Tamina shirt and then rips it off. And I'm like, what was that for? That was just extra for no reason. Okay. Then at the end, you know, she was all excited and jumping around the ring and, you know, all of that stuff. And I'm just like, it was too much. Like, girl, really? He's like, yes, we got this. We ain't got nothing to say. La, 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 la. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't connect. Okay, moving on. So, Shayna Baszler was like, we're not best friends, but we're about to go party. So, you know, they left out the ring, and that was good. And, you know, of course, Sasha and Bayley was looking sad, honey. They were looking so defeated, especially Sasha, because at least Bayley still got her singles championship, but Sasha don't have a thing right now, okay? Like, nothing. She has nothing to show for all of the cheatery that she has exemplified. She has nothing to show for her hard cheating work, okay? It's sad. It really is sad and so unfortunate, but it was fun for me, so. Moving on to the next match, we have Keith Lee and Randy Orton. Keith Lee and Randy Orton. I was honestly nervous about this one because I just didn't think it was a good idea. First of all, when he first came out, he made his debut. I hated his outfit, and that made me mad. Like, why y'all have to have my mans wear them shorts like that? Like, that was dumb, okay? In his match with Randy Orton, you know, for Payback, he did come with a different outfit. I was trying to understand who he was looking like, though, because he looked like Arrow, something from Tron. He looked like, Vegeta. Like, you know, it was a lot going on with his outfit. And then he had this green rug looking thing covering his shorts. And I was like, y'all, is y'all about to mess up his outfit again? Like, fix it. But then he took off the little green rug looking skirt thing that he had on, and he had his usual shorts that he used to wear in NXT, but you know, they were decorated, so he had that green thing going on. It looked like that green rug looking thing looked like, you know, Grouch, you know, from Sesame Street, color green. I was like, what are we doing? But anyways, you know, it was better. His outfit was better than it was for his debut onto Raw. Like, his debut on a Raw, they messed him up. They did not hook him up. And they need to change his music back to what it was when he was on NXT. But I digress. So then we have your boy, your mans, Randy Orton comes out here. And when I tell you, you know, my husband had to explain it to me because I was like, I wanted to see more offensive, you know, behavior for my man's Keith Lee. I want to see him dominate more in the match. Not that he should have really overtaken Randy Orton like that, but I wanted to see more. But, you know, Randy Orton was really showing his experience. And that's what my, you know, husband explained to me. He was showing his experience. And it was really good. It was a good, you know, I hated to see Keith Lee beat up like that, but he, you know, he did his thing. He held his ground. And, you know, when I tell you it was a point Randy Orton was disrespectful, he was like, you're going to respect me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? He went there with it. And then started slapping the mess out of Keith Lee. And then Keith Lee did his jank and slapped him with both his hands. And that was good. That was really good. So at the end, we have Keith Lee's spirit bomb. Your man's Randy Orton spirit bombs him. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee wins. Now, as much as I was waiting for, you know, Keith Lee to lose, I was expecting that this is going to be the route they're taking because it's Randy Orton. Hold on, pause. I'm going to spray my face. Whew. Now, I wasn't expecting Keith Lee to win, but however, my man's did his thing and he came out with the win. And I feel like what's going to happen is that Keith Lee is going to be continuously beat down for the next couple of weeks until Drew McIntyre comes back, because we know Drew McIntyre was beat down by Randy Orton and kicked in the head 3 times. And, you know, they're trying to say he has a skull fracture possibly, and it could be a brain bleed and blah, 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 blah. But when Drew McIntyre comes back after Randy Orton beats up terribly on Keith Lee, I feel like, you know, they're going to team up to beat Randy Orton down, and it's going to be a good thing. But hopefully they continue to build Keith Lee up. Like, build my man's up, because he's awesome. He definitely has amazing, amazing potential, and he should be getting some title shots. So, on to the next one. Okay, let me mention and solidify again that spirit bomb was the spirit bomb from heaven. Like, he slammed your man's Randy Orton. Like, he slammed the sense out of him that he couldn't even wake up in time to kick out of that 3 count. Like, it was crazy. So I thoroughly enjoyed that spirit bomb. Like, it gave me so much life, and it showed me the capabilities of your man Keith Lee. He's really good. Okay, then we have the next match is between Seth Rollins and Murphy versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic. And like I said, from the time of, you know, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler's matches, match, that is when it started to pick up for me. You know, the Keith Lee match was really, really good. And, you know, this match between Seth Rollins and Murphy and Rey Mysterio and Dominic, this was a great match. I feel like this match really exemplified what Payback is about, because a lot of the matches, like, where's the payback? We don't have Drew McIntyre there for Payback. We didn't have the tag team, you know, of the Street Profits and, you know, Andrade and Angel Garza for Payback. You know, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan and the Iconics show up out of nowhere. So we didn't see much Payback. But tonight in this match with Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins and Dominic and Murphy, this is where we saw actual Payback. And the match was really, really great. Okay? The match was great. Rey was coming with the heat. They didn't come to play. Okay? I'm using this double take stick to line my lips. So I finished lining my lips. The match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic was actually a real Payback match, and Rey Mysterio came with the heat. Like, the heat. He really did, and I was glad to see that because I really didn't want to see Dominic and Rey Mysterio just get beat up the whole match. You know, like we've been seeing with them. And I feel like at first with this feud between Seth Rollins and Dominic and Murphy and, you know, Rey Mysterio and stuff, I was like, I really was like about to be over it and tapped out. But when we start seeing this great introduction of Dominic as a wrestler and showing the things that he has learned, even though he has a lot to grow, you know, he's done, for me, awesome in the ring. And working with his dad, he's just, or maybe dad, if y'all know what I mean. But, you know, just working with Rey in the ring, they just, it was really, really good. And it seems like, you know, that this building of this feud and everything just turned out to be really, really good for them. And it made an awesome, awesome match. It looked like Seth Rollins was, you know, gonna do the usual beat down, you know, your boy Rey beat down your boy Dominic again, but they wasn't letting themselves be conquered. Talking about Rey and Dominic, like they came and they came to win. Okay, they wanted to bring a beat down. They wanted to send a message. Okay, so the funny part was, there's like a part when Murphy was getting beat up and Seth Rollins was like, "What are you doing?" You know, he was mad. You could tell he wanted to control him. He was like, "I'm gonna handle this." Blah blah blah. So after a while, then he was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about." When Murphy starts getting the upper hand and stuff like that. So, but it was really good. Like, so at the end, it was really funny because what's his name? Seth Rollins says. So Seth Rollins says to Murphy, "Kick him in the head." Right? He was like, "Kick him in the head." So Seth tells Murphy to kick Rey Mysterio in the head. And so he grabs Rey Mysterio, and it looked like a powerbomb or some type of slamming move that he tries to do on Rey Mysterio. And when he does, he was going to slam him. And while he was slamming him, Murphy was going to kick him. But Rey Mysterio reversed it, and Murphy ended up kicking Seth Rollins in the head, and it was just so hilarious. But Murphy tags himself in, and Dominic ends up doing the 619 on him, and he does a frog splash, and he ends up winning the match for Rey Mysterio and Dominic. So that was really, really, really cool. I enjoyed it. Like, it was awesome. Like, I enjoyed that one a lot. That's what I want to see in my pay-per-views. It was exciting. It was fast-paced. It was just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, Rey Mysterio and Dominic did their thing. I was just glad to see them perform so well together and be able to conquer. It looks like it's going to be a breakdown between Seth Rollins and Murphy. And like they need that, because we don't have AOP. We don't have Austin Theory for, you know, reasons. But, like, who is Seth Rollins going to have if he doesn't have Murphy? Like, Murphy the only one that's there and loyal. Oh, well. Anyways, next match. So this is good. The whole night, Kayla is running around trying to find Roman Reigns and get an interview with him, because on SmackDown, they were supposed to sign their contracts. Braun Strowman, The Fiend, and Roman Reigns were supposed to sign their contracts for the Universal Championship match. So they got the, Braun Strowman to sign. They got Bray Wyatt / The Fiend to sign. But Roman Reigns shows up and he ain't signed nothing yet. And we find out that Roman Reigns has in his corner Paul Heyman. Like, they are really, Roman Reigns is like really coming through in these pay-per-views, okay? So it was really exciting to see Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns says, look, this is a spoiler. I'm about to get my championship back that I never lost in the first place. So we're really, really excited to see Roman Reigns out. I really was even thinking that maybe Roman Reigns would have like new music or whatever, but I like his entrance music. It's good, but he had just changed up everything. Like, SummerSlam, he came in with new teeth, new everything. So anyways, but you never saw Roman Reigns sign his contract for the Payback match. So you see Kayla try to interview, Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman is there to deflect and, saying he will be a part of the match and all that good stuff and, whatever, getting her off his back. And she tried to talk to Roman, but doors were closed. And Roman Reigns has a big tail locker room, okay? So, for the last match, The Fiend comes out. And first of all, but I didn't know how they was going to do it. I was like, I want The Fiend to come out second. I know Roman Reigns is going to come out third. I would love The Fiend to come out last. But like I told y'all before, I love the mood that The Fiend sets, when he is, entering and how the match starts when he is coming off of his entrance and everything. But, of course, The Fiend comes out first. And he comes out with the Universal Championship, the blue one, not the one that has The Fiend's face on it. So that was a warning sign right there. Then, as he comes out mid-entrance, Braun Strowman attacks him. So the ref hits the bell, calls for the bell. The match gets started. They start beating the crap out of each other. Like beating each other down, slamming through the commenters' tables. Like they were going ham. The Fiend even pulled out his mallet, that big old mallet, and went to hit Braun Strowman with it. And Braun Strowman was hitting him with chairs, and they were, slamming each other in his, steel steps and everything like that. So it was good. It was high energy, high impact, awesome. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is nowhere to be found. And I was like, dang, they done started the match and Roman Reigns ain't even here, But, it's whatever. I didn't know if maybe he wasn't going to show up or what. I was like, but then I was thinking, is he going to show up at the end and try to get this championship after they beat each other down? Well, this is what happens. Braun Strowman is beating up The Fiend. He goes on the top rope. He jumps off the top rope and lands on top of The Fiend. And the ring breaks. Like Jank is leaning over. Ropes is broke down. Ref is out the ring, hurt or whatever. And it is a mess. Nobody covers anybody. The ref falls out of the ring. He's nowhere to be found. Everybody's just sprawled out, bodies everywhere. And all of a sudden, you hear the big dog's music. He enters with Paul Heyman, signs his contract, comes out, goes to cover Braun Strowman. But then he was like, get a ref out here. And so a ref runs out there. He covers Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman kicks out. So then Roman Reigns grabs the chair and starts banging, bam, bam, beating down Braun Strowman. But goes for the cover again. Braun Strowman kicks out again. So then he heads over to The Fiend. He's hitting him with the chair, going for the cover. The Fiend kicks out. And The Fiend hits Roman Reigns with the mandible claw. Now, Roman Reigns gets out of it by giving him a low blow. Fiend rolls out of the ring and he's trying to recover. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns spears Braun Strowman, goes for the count. 1, 2, 3. You have a new Universal Champion. And his name is Roman Reigns. The big dog. Okay? So, it was really, I liked it, okay? I know Roman Reigns is a heel now. He's going to be a jerk. He's about to wreck everyone and leave. I want that shirt again. He did it. He did it. It's kind of sad. It's a catch-22 for the Fiend. But to me, the Fiend is such an asset as a wrestler, character-wise, everything. Now, meanwhile, let me not forget, your girl, Alexa Bliss, is in the back. She made it to the pay-per-view this time. I think she was upset that she didn't make it to SummerSlam, but she made it to the pay-per-view. But literally the whole time she's sitting there with 2 ponytails, twisting her hair, looking at the Fiend wrestle. And they show her, looking at the Fiend wrestle twice. It was just okay. Like, I'm like, why they doing Alexa like this? You should have kept Nikki Cross and Alexa as a tag team. Then we would have more tag team teams able to compete in a tag team match for the tag team championship. But I digress. I don't know what's going to go on with Alexa Bliss. I really feel like they're going to make her like be maybe a sick, twisted love interest for the Fiend or something like that. And maybe she might go crazy and Kirk herself and be like a fiendish girl. I don't know. Like, it's going to be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. But your boy Roman Reigns got that Universal Championship back that he never lost like he said he would. And he gave us the spoiler. We knew it was coming. We just didn't know how. And the ring was tore up. And there was madness. And there was mayhem everywhere. And that, my friends, is how Payback ends. Now, how do I feel about Payback? Overall, it was good. Considering the fact that it came a week after SummerSlam and, you don't really know what it's going to be, it was actually a good show. Again, for me, it didn't pick up until, the match between Sasha Banks and Bayley, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler. That was the match that really kicked off the momentum for me. And it just got better and better. And to me, it was a good pay-per-view. Was it the most exciting, over-the-top pay-per-view? No, it was not. But it did have solid matches. It was very predictable, but it was good to me. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I just need them to find a new cheering person. Okay? So, in the end, what do you guys think of my look? Inspired by Shayna Baszler. I think it turned out cute. Okay? Now, I have oily eyelids. I use the Proof It by NYX. I use the Putty Primer to prime my eye by e.l.f. and tried to get that black to stick on. I just wanted to go extra with my Shayna Baszler look, and I like it. I'm not doing like lashes or anything because that's just not the vibe she gives off. I already did like a glamier version, but this is how we're finishing. We're not doing highlight. Like, this is ode to Shayna Baszler, okay? So, I love how it turned out. This look turned out cute. You guys let me know down in the comments what your thoughts were on Payback, how you like this look, and all the good stuff. And I'll probably be doing videos on the pay-per-views of, WWE and stuff like that. I may do more, but I definitely want to do the pay-per-views because this is just fun for me. It's fun to talk about it. Like, I have to get it out. I love wrestling. I love makeup. I got to get it out of my system. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like the video, comment, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, what are you doing? It's free. And I'm giving y'all quality, okay? Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.